All right, we're back after a little adjustment. I got the checkers so they fit. Got one side done. We're going to do this one, and we'll tape some, and maybe we'll shoot. I don't know. But I need to know, should I paint these checkers green or should I paint them black? That pearl green sure is neat looking. So let's get set up to do this. I don't know why this thing double cut on that PDF file. So this is black. This is black. 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 And this one's black. If you want to tape these out using tape, hey Keith, if you want to tape these out using tape, you can do it by running a piece of tape, yellow tape on the top and on the center line, then marking over the 5 inches or whatever it happens to be. I don't know what it is. Make it a tick mark and a tick mark down here, and you follow that all the way out. Then you measure half the distance between here and here, and you make a mark on a piece of tape there, and you do the same up there on that end. Then you're only going to be able to tape off one row at a time. So it would take twice as long to tape these. I used to do it this way. So you're going to tape this square or this square, and that square in one setting. Then you paint that, unmask that, reset the tape to the other side, then paint this square and this square and that square, if that makes sense. But that's how you do it. And you just follow it all the way around. This one, I'm going to reset after doing half. I'm going to do the top, paint the top, unmask it, flip it over, and then do the bottom and get them to match. You could tape them all at once, but you run a chance of them not working out right. If you do it this way, at least you can adjust if there's some type, because there's always some type of nonsense that goes on with checkerboards. They run off or some BS. So that's just a little insight on how I do it. I learned a new, well, I didn't learn a new secret, but I learned a secret how to lay them checkerboards on the first time without having to move them across there, and I'll show you how I do that. one more. So we're not working with as little amount of material as possible. All these materials are in the Amazon store. Transfer tape, or cover, and the plotter and all that shit. Okay. I think these are Westcott scissors. I need to put them in the thing too. Them are good scissors. Did you sketch your layout first on paper? No, it's in my head. I never sketch anything on paper first. I just start painting. You wouldn't ask Picasso to sketch, would you? So I'm going to try to get this line, this center line here, right on that line there. That helps direct placement of the paper. You know what I'm going to do, so I don't have a problem, is I'm going to lay this down here so it don't stick. No good, it's off. Time I get to the other end, it'll be off 1/4 of an inch. That looks pretty good. Yep. It's off a little bit. Should be okay. It's off a little. And this is the narrower one. So this is inboard bottom. Yes, indeed. It's a real trick to get this on there right. Well, I think I'll just paint them black. I don't have the guts to paint them green. We know the black works. If I wasn't shooting for something, I'd try them, but try it. If it was just an average plane, I'd just try it, but I just don't know. Yeah, well, I understand. Yeah, I see. Cena, he he has all them 3 views in the Cena 3 view section for you to print out and draw on. I don't normally do that though. I was gonna have him lay this out for me, but he wanted me to draw something, and I don't have time for that shit. I'm gonna draw it. I'll just paint it. When I worked at Harley Davidson, we had a biker build a. I took a brand new motorcycle and turned it into a chopper. And the first thing I did in the meeting was I had that gas tank off, and I hit it with a hammer right in on both sides. I said, "What the hell are you doing?" Well, I then took some 1/8-inch brazing rod and tacked a teardrop around that dent and bundled it in so the sides of the fuselage were concave like that. And then I painted it candy apple red. It was cool. Candy apple red with some gold ghost flames. Okay, in order to get this on here the right way, I have to envision the separation line, and we're going to go from the separation line back because we can fall off the back by a 1/16 of an inch and it won't matter. But it will definitely stick out like a sore thumb if this is not on the center line and these checkerboards don't meet exactly in the center. So Okay, now I gotta sit down and look at this and make sure it's straight across there. I might get some green cardboard and set it on there and try to envision it. I just, that's a pretty bold move. That's a pretty bold move. It looks about right. Looks straight across. Okay, so I had a like a 64th overhang right here, which would make it right there. And we need this checkerboard to go right on that line. 64th. Yep, there we are. Right on the line. Now, out here on the tip, right on the line. That is how I'm going to get it on there. The perfect spot. Okay. Does it look right? Yep, looks right. I knew when I did it the first time, when Steve made those patterns for me the first time, I knew it was wrong. I knew it was wrong. And I was going to try to fudge it, but this is much better. Okay. That looks about right. That looks about right. These tips are real tough to do because they're compound curves. If I had to do it again, I'd paint these first, then paint the yellow on. The only problem is yellow won't cover black. Okay. Come on. Get up there. I'm gonna have to tape it with fine line. Get it to go around and turn. There's a little bit of spillage off into this, but it won't matter because the red line goes around and hides it. But the most important thing is that leading edge that would stick out like a sore thumb. Like a sore thumb. We got a problem here. We got a problem here. We'll just pull it some ways down. Straighten it up with tape. Okay. I was asked how I'm going to do that line. Well, it takes 3 pieces of 1/8 inch. I have to tape it off. There'll be a lot of taping on this airplane. A lot of taping. There it is. There it is. Considering that's going to be a black, it's got to be right. White, black, black, black. Yep. Okay, center of the wingtip. Right there. Yeah. Well, I got a pretty good deal out of the hobby shop today. It got delivered. out of the Amazon page. They didn't deliver my other thing though, the cutter, but I'll show you what I got. Wasn't very expensive either. I think 15 bucks. $15. For 15 bucks, I got all those sanding drums and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 mandrels. 200 sanding drums and 12 mandrels. No, there's more than that. Let's check it out. Let's take them out of there. Let's see here. This is 200 sanding drums. And this is 2, 4, 6, 8, yeah, 12. 12 of the drums, the mandrels. Like I say, I think it was $15. Can't afford no high dollar shit anymore. $15. Good deal. Of course, you got to get yourself a cut saw too. A cut saw. I got the ball and the drum. If you're going to do any serious sanding. Hollowing, shaping, whatever you want to call it. How many of you guys, well, most of the guys that listen to me are old enough to remember Connie Coletta and his flying service? I'm thinking about some lettering on this Sparky and his flying service. Yeah, that's the underside. I wonder if I could tape them both off at the same time. Yeah, probably should not have tried it. Some disaster will happen. Can't afford no disasters. Here's another bit of advice. When doing something like this, you think this is taped off. It is, but where you run this second line along it, there could be a microscopic gap. So what I always do is I take a piece of tape and I tape that off with masking tape so that there's no chance of overspray getting into that white chet. What I mean by that is just like that. That side is done already. Just as, just a precaution. You don't care about this because this is where you're trying to paint, but you don't want it to ooze past the mask area. And paint is pretty sneaky. It'll get around wherever you think it ain't gonna be, it'll get there. And so far, this paint job has been half-ass uneventful. Couldn't believe I didn't have any overspray on the yellow nowhere. That's unheard of. I think it's because I took 2 days to do it. I normally just wham, bam, slam it together and we're done. Yeah, while it sounds good to paint that green, I don't think I'm going to do it. I just don't have the balls for it. I could screw something up in a heartbeat. If I didn't like it, be stuck with it. And black's pretty neutral, so. Kind of like when I painted them red checkers on my Junar. I did not like that, but I didn't care. That was just to finish the season out with. I need to repaint that this year too. We're going to strip it and redo it again. Okay. I don't think I'm going to paint tonight. I think I'm just going to we're just going to tape. That's it. That way I can look at it and see. That's right. It's man, them red pinstripes are going to be a bear. A bear. I need to figure out the scallops on this too. Am I going to start red, orange, red, or orange, red, orange? It better be red, because if this stripe is red with an orange highlight behind it, that means the first color up would be red with the orange behind it. Oh well, I think that's going to do it for this evening. I'm not going to paint tonight. We'll paint tomorrow. That way I can think on this. No, blue and yellow don't go together. I don't. Even though the Blue Angels is a blue airplane with yellow letters, that ain't that ain't a complimenting combination as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, after we adjusted that, when I figured out that inboard needed to be a 1/4 inch less than the outboard because it's a 1/2 inch longer. Both the same numbers on from here to the trailing edge, so it looks symmetrical. But when you got out to the tip, because it's a 1/2 inch longer, there's a little more taper out there. Made it work. Yeah, the complementing color for yellow is purple, and I ain't putting no purple on this thing. But on the color wheel, I could paint them green. On the color wheel, it's yellow, green, orange, red. As far as in the same family. But if you want contrast, it's purple. Let me pull a color wheel. I got a color wheel right here. No, we ain't gonna do green. I mean, it is in the same. It is in the same family. Yellow, green. It wouldn't be a killer. But if you look, if you look at blue, yellow and blue, I think that looks like shit. But if you look right straight across from yellow, it's purple. And red is blue. This is not a very good color wheel. Let me get my paint chips and see. Thank you, Roy. Now, I don't have the green on this chip that I would be using. I'd be using the canopy green that Bob Brookins made for me, $50 a quart, which is cheap, really. Here's that green, close to. But black goes with everything. I think the black. Yeah, I think the black. The green is just. Let's see here. The green is just too far too far of a stretch for that much. I mean, I'm gonna put a little of green on it, but okay, there's yellow green. This yellow here is pretty close to the yellow on the airplane. And there's metallic green. And the green that I use is the green that's on my canopy there. And it's close. Yeah, it's too far of a stretch. I don't know. Imagine it with that Pontiac red pinstripe around it. It'd be like Christmas. That's the red pinstripe that's going around it, the Pontiac red. Followed by Cessna Tiger Orange. Be two together. We know the red is going to look good. The green is just too much of a stretch for that much. I wouldn't mind putting a stripe or two on it, but to paint that much area green, too much of a stretch. Let me see what that red paint is. $95. 95.22. I have many reds here. I got a gallon of stun hanger red, but 95.22. It's Tennessee red. I wonder if I got some 9555 Cadillac red or 3665 Pontiac. Let's look for 9555. Yeah, barely. Here's a can of 9555. Not much in it. Yeah, probably enough to do the job though. And then we got 3665. Yeah. Well, I found more 955. Black. Red. W3354. W3354. Let's see what that is. 3354. 34. W. Well, I guess I could just open and look. That'd be a good idea. I found a new can of Pontiac, the 9555 Cadillac red. Oh, this is puke blue. Lakeland blue. We won't be painting that on anything. Five. Couple cans of that. Okay. What is 6428? 6428. That's a Ronca orange. So that's the orange right there. And this is 95.55, I think. Oh yeah, that's the red we're going to use right there. Pontiac red. 9555. Yeah, Cadillac red. 6428. 95, 9522. 9522. That's Tennessee red. That's a pretty damn dark red. I think we'll go with the 9555. There's the black. Okay, we got the colors handy. Yeah, that green is too much of a stretch. I don't think it looked good. Or it might look good, but I might change my mind and go, ah, shit. What did I do that for? So better safe than sorry. I'm going to do a green airplane. I guess I just do a green airplane. Somewhere over there, I got a quart of it. It'll last a lifetime. Because it don't take much. All right, so black, red, yellow. Okay, we're good to go on paint. Steve is going to paint his airplane. And I said, what color do you want? He said, well, I want red. The woodwork has got to be excellent to be red. And I said, white is the most forgiving color. So I got a gallon of white. We'll paint it white, and we'll trim it in whatever colors I got down there. It's you know, kind of at the mercy of what I got on hand. Kind of like the green monster, his airplane. What color monocoat you have? He said anything but green. So that's all I got that I have enough of. But it turned out okay. 2 shades of green and silver. I think it's got yellow and black on it too. Don't look bad. All right, that's gonna do it for this evening. Tomorrow when I come back, we gotta do laundry tomorrow. So in between, I drop her off. I'll come back here. I'll tape this up, or maybe I'll tape it tonight, and we'll shoot this and then unmask it, turn it over, and lay out the other side. That'll take a day. So and then I can figure out what I want to do for letters. I'm going to have to hand draw that sign, Sizzler with flames, you know. Then I got to match the font for numbers. If I could hand letter it, it'd be a whole lot easier. A whole lot easier. Hand letter, hand pinstripe, and I could do that if I wanted to shoot urethane on it, but I'm just not going to. Can't do it. All right. If you like this type of content, please be sure to subscribe. Turn on the bell for notifications. Please consider becoming a paid member, and check out the Amazon store for some of the stuff that I use in this video. The paper, the tape, this is the best tape on the market, 3M automotive tape, the fine line. Like I told Steve, I won't put anything in there that I don't use. They wanted me to sell leggings and radios and crap like that, and I just not going to do it. Could I make money at it? Probably, but that's not what it's there for. It's there to so I don't have to keep linking back to all the stuff. And I'm making a killing on it. I made $11 this week on it. 11 whole dollars. But it's better than poking the eye with a sharp stick. This month, $11. Alrighty, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.